Well, good afternoon, and God bless all you kind, wonderful people. I've taken a little mini sabbatical, fearing I may have been inundating you or overwhelming you with uh, posted tunes and my diatribe about them, and uh, and primarily motivated because the very positive, heartwarming, encouraging, sweet, loving comments had kind of fallen off, and my actual rating on my Facebook page had actually fallen off. So I was getting a little bit down in the mouth. You'll know what I mean by that in just a minute. And so I decided to just hold back and wait until several of you kind, dear, loving fans, responded with, Johnny B, we miss you. Where's all the great songs? What's going on? Come back to us. And I didn't get none. Finally, after days and days and days, I got one from my dear friend Karen. Just one out of the many I thought I'd get. But you know what? That's all it took. I'm back. Here's Johnny. So sorry about the rest of y'all. Now, it may be because I started doing a little bit different posting mechanism. I've been posting them to my Facebook page and then sharing that link to, no, I've been posting them to my YouTube channel and sharing that link to my Facebook pages, my page, the pages I post out there, Lytton 69 guys, Hickory Valley Methodist Presbyterian Church, and George Holloway page. And so maybe that's why they dropped off. So I'm going to go back today and post the old way, and then at the end post it to my YouTube channel. But I would appreciate y'all going to the Johnny B YouTube channel. Just put in, for example, today, put in Johnny B, and then right after it put, if you're in a rut, quit digging, because that's the tune I'm bringing you today. And I'm bringing it because I wrote a trilogy of songs. I like to write songs in threes. That's what a trilogy means. Three, trilogy. You get that? And years ago, I wrote a song which I played for y'all recently. I wish I could be what I pretend to be. In the same year, 2012, I wrote this song, If You're in a Rut, Quit Digging, which I saw on a church sign out by the road as I was riding my bicycle one day. And, churches like to put up those pithy sayings, those colloquialisms, I call them. And so it had to become a song, and it did. It was the second in my trilogy of three, number two of three, encouragement, tough love, either kick yourself in your own rear or have a dear friend kick you in your rear to get you back up in gear and going. The third song to that trilogy I wrote a few years after that, entitled There Ain't No Better Time to Make a Change. Now, just one other brief segue, and I'll get to the tune, maybe. I'm still waiting for the third song of my trilogy of aging songs. I've written Something Really Bad Is Happening to My Face, which I brought you, and one that I'm real surprised nobody's asked for yet, Aunt Irma's Toes. Yeah, that's an aging song. And when someone finally requests that, I'll be motivated to bring you sit down and write the third song in that trilogy. Now, I have written two songs which could fit in there. I've written the colonoscopy song, which I wrote after my last colonoscopy procedure, and Knee-hab and Rehab, which I wrote after my total knee replacement. But the idea of the aging trilogies, they're all going to be to the same tune, so that's why I hadn't included them. That's why I'm still lacking. Now, speaking of aging, I was walking the loop yesterday, this nice loop, 2.5 mile loop around my house here in Sparta. And I passed an old couple coming up in an ATV. And the lady was driving and her husband was sitting on the outside. Now, these were very old people. And I noticed something that very, very old people do. When they wave, they don't wave like they used to, like a young person. They just kind of go. With that kind of look on their face, they kind of go. And that's what the man did as he went by me. He was sitting on the side next to me on the outside, and I waved at him, and he went. Anyway, but this song was not easy to write, and I know I'm going on here, but once you see a line like that, I had to figure out what it had to be, and I realized that these church people had written a brand new colloquialism, one I'd never heard of before. They created one. If you're in a rut, quit digging. So to write this song, I had to go on the internet and look up every colloquialism, slang, phrase, or saying, pithy saying, anything I could find search engine wise that would bring up all these things. And I came up with tons of them. So I had to go through a long process of elimination, making them rhyme, creating some new ones. It was no small task. I'm kind of proud of this little song, which some of y'all may see and seem as silly. It's kind of cute. I think kind of clever. Wasn't easy. For example, I created some new colloquialisms. So what if you zigged when you should have zagged? Well, the clever part that follows it is, unzig the zig and rezag the zag. And that had to be said precisely, because if you zigged when you shouldn't have, you've got to unzig. And if you should have zagged, you got to rezag. You got to say it the right way. Anyway. Now, another time for a CD giveaway. If any of y'all can count the number of not original, but traditional colloquialisms in here, ones you've heard before, not ones I created in a song. The person who counts them and gets closest to it will win a CD. How about that? How many of them are there? Gotta listen close. Well, if you're in a rut, quit digging. If you're out of sorts, get in it. If you're down and out, get up and in. It's time, my friend, to sink or swim. Quit stewing. You can do it. Get to it. Well, if you're bummed, stressed, freaked or burned, or any old out that makes you churn, if you're at rock bottom down in the dumps, if you're on the ropes and took some unfair lumps, 3 words for you, get over it, that'll do. You know it takes more muscles to frown than smile, so don't waste muscles on a worthless scowl. Down in the dumps is dumb times 3. Don't cop no attitude with me. Fit to be tied, ain't bona fide. So what if you zig when you should have zagged? Unzig the zig and re-zag the zag. If you gum to the works, degummify. Find the fix and not alibis. Just do what it takes and everything's Jake. I like his song. Well, it's time to live without excuse, to take the blame without a ruse. Accept responsibility, drop the yada 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 and pope on me. Can the trash talk just walk the walk? And quit selling short when the price is you. Quit looking down, there's a better view. If you're at wit's end, begin again. Forget cop out, don't think cave in. Just win the struggle and Bob's your uncle. And if you bit off more than you can chew, just spit it out and try something new. On sour grapes, no longer die. If you're in a pickle, hop out of the brine. Wipe the egg off your face, ain't no disgrace, redo. And if you're always close but no cigar, the short end of the stick is where you are. It may be because you act the fool. Get your dander up instead of staying cool. Well, take a step back, don't blow your stack, And if you're in a rut, quit digging. If you're out of sorts, get in it. If you're down and out, Get up and down, it's time, my friend, to sink or swim. Quit stewing, you can do it, get to it. Now here we go now, the silly part. Quit stewing, you can do it, get to it. So get stewing, get to it, you can do it. One more time, can you do it? Quit stewing, get to it, get to it. I did that mad. Oh, Lee Moses. See you later, folks. Oh.